The ancient secret that controls your child's future. What if everything you think you know about raising successful children is backwards? What if the most important decision you make as a parent isn't which school to choose, which activities to enroll them in, or even how much time you spend with them? What if there's one factor, discovered over 2,000 years ago by a brilliant Greek mind, that determines your child's future more than anything else you'll ever do? I'm about to share with you Plutarch's companion principle, a piece of ancient wisdom so powerful that it's been quietly used by influential families for millennia. The shocking revelation. And here's the shocking part. Most modern parents are not only ignoring this principle, they're actively working against it. By the end of this video, you'll understand why your child's friends aren't just playmates. They're the architects of their destiny, and you'll discover how to apply this 2,000-year-old strategy in our modern world without becoming the controlling parent every child resents. But first, let me tell you about Sarah. The Sarah Story Introduction. Sarah was the perfect child, honor roll student, star athlete, respectful, ambitious. Her parents did everything right, or so they thought. Then, seemingly overnight, everything changed. The grades dropped. The attitude shifted. The dreams she'd talked about for years suddenly didn't matter anymore. Her parents were baffled. What happened to their daughter? The hidden answer revealed. The answer was hiding in plain sight, and it's the same answer that's been staring parents in the face for over 2,000 years. Sarah's companions had changed, and when your companions change, you change. This isn't opinion. This isn't feel-good parenting advice. This is documented human psychology that Plutarch understood better than most modern psychologists. Who was Plutarch? Plutarch lived from 46 to 119 AD. He wasn't just some ancient philosopher sitting in an ivory tower. He was a practical man who studied the lives of the greatest leaders, warriors, and thinkers in history. He wanted to understand what made some people extraordinary while others remained ordinary. And he discovered something that will make your blood run cold. The disturbing discovery. He found that every single exceptional person, from Alexander the Great to Julius Caesar, had one thing in common. It wasn't their intelligence, it wasn't their circumstances, it wasn't even their natural talents. It was their companions. But here's where it gets disturbing. Plutarch also discovered that every great person who fell from grace, every promising individual who self-destructed, every brilliant mind that was wasted, they all had one thing in common too. Their companions had corrupted them. Plutarch's profound statement. This led Plutarch to make a statement so profound that it should be carved into every school entrance, printed on every parenting book, and memorized by every parent who wants their child to succeed. The mind of a young person is like soft wax. It takes the impression of whatever touches it most frequently. Do you understand what this means? Your child's mind is being shaped right now by whoever spends the most time with it. The Hidden Psychology Introduction. Why are companions so powerful? Why do they often have more influence over your child than you do, even though you're the parent? The answer lies in 3 psychological principles that Plutarch intuitively understood, but modern science has now proven. First, the conformity imperative. Humans are biologically wired to conform to their peer group. It's a survival mechanism that kept our ancestors alive in tribes. Identity absorption effect. Second, The identity absorption effect. Your child doesn't just spend time with their friends, they absorb pieces of their friends' identities. Every joke their friend makes, every value their friend expresses, every dream their friend shares becomes part of your child's internal database of who I could become. This is why a studious child can suddenly lose interest in academics after befriending underachievers. Authority transfer. Third, the authority transfer. Here's the most disturbing part. As children become teenagers, their brain literally transfers authority from parents to peers. The same neurological pathways that once made them seek your approval now make them seek their friends' approval. This isn't disrespect. This is human development. And if you don't understand this principle, you'll lose your child to whatever companions they choose. Strategic companion selection. So what did Plutarch recommend? How did ancient Greeks handle this challenge? They developed what I call strategic companion selection, a deliberate, thoughtful approach to curating their children's social environment. But here's what's brilliant about Plutarch's approach. He didn't advocate for isolation or control. He understood that children need companions. The question isn't whether your child will be influenced by friends, it's who will be doing the influencing. The three types of companions. Plutarch taught that there are three types of companions, and understanding these categories will change how you view every friendship in your child's life. The elevators. These are companions who inspire your child to become better. They have higher standards, bigger dreams, better habits. The mirrors. These companions reflect your child's current level. The anchors. These are the dangerous ones. Anchors drag your child down to their level. The bucket metaphor. Now here's Plutarch's shocking revelation. Most parents focus all their energy on trying to be a good influence on their child, while completely ignoring the companions who spend more waking hours with their child than they do. It's like trying to fill a bucket while ignoring the massive holes in the bottom. Modern application challenge. But wait, you're thinking, this was easier in ancient Greece. I can't control who my child meets at school. I can't dictate their friendships without becoming a helicopter parent. Times have changed. Have they really? Or have we just convinced ourselves that we're powerless in order to avoid the uncomfortable work of applying this principle? Strategic environment curation. The secret isn't controlling your child's friendships directly, it's strategically curating the environments where friendships form. Think about it. Where does your child meet their closest friends? School, activities, neighborhood, online spaces. Each of these environments attracts certain types of people and repels others. The activity selection strategy. The activity selection strategy. Instead of randomly choosing activities based on your child's momentary interests, choose activities that attract the type of companions you want your child to be influenced by. Want your child around motivated achievers, competitive academics, leadership programs, entrepreneurship clubs? Want them around creative innovators, art programs, makerspaces, writing workshops? Warning signs you're missing. How do you know if your child's current companions are elevators, mirrors, or anchors? Plutarch gave us specific warning signs that modern parents consistently miss: language degradation, aspiration erosion, energy shifts, value confusion. But here are the positive signs that your child has found elevators: inspiration increase, standard elevation, growth conversations, positive energy. The uncomfortable revelation. Now I need to share something with you that might make you uncomfortable. After studying Plutarch's principle and observing hundreds of families, I've discovered something that most parents refuse to acknowledge. Your child's companion selection reveals more about your parenting than it does about your child. Building the foundation. Children with strong internal compasses, clear values, and high self-esteem naturally gravitate toward elevators and repel anchors. They're attracted to companions who challenge them to grow and bored by companions who try to drag them down. But children with weak internal foundations become magnets for anchors. This means that companion problems are often symptoms of deeper parenting gaps. The 4 foundation pillars. So how do you build this foundation? The standard setting principle, the identity anchoring method, the future vision strategy, the value discussion discipline. Families that regularly discuss why certain behaviors align with their values create children who can quickly identify companions whose values conflict with theirs. Modern implementation phases. Here's the strategic approach. Phase 1, assessment, ages 5 to 10. Observe and gather data. Phase 2, environment curation, ages 8 to 14. Strategically place your child in quality environments. Phase 3, influence without control, ages 12 to 16. Create attractive opportunities with elevators. Phase 4, wisdom transfer, ages 14 to 18. Teach the principle directly. The compound effect. Here's what most parents don't realize. Companion selection isn't just about avoiding bad influences. It's about creating a compound effect of positive growth. When your child chooses one elevator companion, that companion introduces them to other elevators. This creates what I call the elevation spiral. Each positive companion choice makes the next positive companion choice easier and more natural. Long-term legacy. Think about the most successful people you know. Now think about their closest friends. Notice something? Successful people surround themselves with other successful people. This isn't coincidence. This is Plutarch's principle in action. The companions your child learns to choose now will determine the companions they choose as adults.